Good evening. This is the July 22nd meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals. First up, we have a couple of extensions. Appeal number 2019-002. They have asked for an extension till, so the appeal was granted on January 24th, 2019, and they're asking for a one-year extension to January 24th, 2022. Do I hear a motion?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
Mr. Gazillo?
Yeah, aye.
Mr. Whitmire?
Aye.
And I vote aye. This is appeal number 2019-021. They've asked for an appeal, what do you call it? They asked for a extension, thank you. And that was last granted on June 27, 2019, and it expires on 2022, June 27th. So I move that we accept that.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
All right. Mr. Whitmire?
Aye.
Mr. Gazillo?
Aye.
And I vote aye. Okay.
Appeal 2021-029, Lanny Tuttle, 766 Sound Shore Road, Riverhead, tax map number 600-7335, RA40 zoning, for variances and/or relief from Chapter 301, Section 8A, where proposed habitable space and kitchen on second floor of detached garage effectively creates a second dwelling on the parcel, which is not permitted. And Section 9A1A, where proposed detached garage is located in front yard, which is not permitted. Adjourned from July 8th.
Anybody here?
You folks here?
I do not see.
Okay, let's move it on.
Appeal 2021-030, Wade Russell, 2379 North Wading River Road, Wading River. Tax map number 600-3632, RB80 zoning, for variances and a relief from Chapter 301, Section 28C, where existing habitable space in detached structure deemed not to be a customarily accessory use to the principal single-family use, which is not permitted. Adjourned from July 8th.
Good evening, Councilor.
Good evening, Kimberly Judd, 737 Roanoke Avenue, Riverhead, New York, with the applicant. We're here today to appeal the interpretation of the building inspector for a barn that's been there for a very long time, and also for an accessory dwelling, which was once a garage and was converted to a cottage by my client's predecessor in title, and then converted back to an accessory building where he uses it for storage right now. So this parcel is a very, very large parcel. It's 8.5 acres in RB80, and it's very oversized in the zoning district. It's potentially capable of a 4-lot subdivision. My client right here, this is Wade Russell. He purchased this lot in 1991, and at the time it was improved with a one-family dwelling, a barn, and a cottage. And I attached in my submission a readout from the title report when he bought the property in 91 that says that there was no certificate of occupancy on file, but that the tax assessor's record indicate that there was a one-family dwelling on the property, screened-in porch, a detached garage, and a barn built in 1960. And the town of Riverhead first began issuing certificates of occupancy in 1965. So when my client and his ex-wife purchased this property, these buildings were already on there, and he did apply for a building permit, and he did receive one back in the early 1990s. And I attached in my submission letters from previous building inspector Raymond Withchar, and he was issued a building permit in 1994, and unfortunately, as sometimes happens, he never applied for the CO. So you'll see in the submission that there was a due diligence effort on his part to try to apply for everything and legalize it at that time. He did renew the building permit, and the building inspector performed an inspection. I went with Mr. Ngangalo to the inspection, and a couple things that he had to do for the house. The barn had a second story in it, which was something that was already there when he purchased in 1991. There's no plumbing, no kitchen, no bathrooms in the barn. And the accessory dwelling, which was once a garage, and I submitted pictures of this last week, so a few days ago, that should be in your file. It was a garage. It was historically a garage. My client's predecessor in title converted it into a cottage. When he bought it, it was still a cottage, and he converted it back to an accessory dwelling. He removed all the plumbing, there's no bathroom in it, there's no kitchen in it, and the building inspector confirmed that during the inspection that we did about 2 months ago. So we respectfully submit to you that the second floor of the barn, and you'll see this submission here, there's some color pictures that I submitted. I guess we'll start with the accessory building.
Yeah.
And I submitted these pictures just to demonstrate to the board that they existed before my client purchased the property in 1991.
Go ahead.
Okay, so this first picture here, you'll see the garage on this page. This is the garage that was there, that's referenced in the title report as being built around 1960.
Right.
If you look at the bottom picture, you'll see that it was being converted into a little cottage. And the person in the picture is my client's predecessor in title, Francis Grasso. So we don't know exactly when it was built, but it was definitely before 1991. I think it was done in 1986, and I'll tell you why when we flip the page. So there, and that's the local builder, Wading River Builder, who constructed it for her, for Mrs. Grasso. And if you flip to the next page, you'll see this is the barn we're talking about. The bottom is a garage, and the second floor is just one big open room. And if you look at the second and third pictures, you'll see that the windows are open. So you can't open the windows from the bottom. So I submit these to demonstrate to the board that you can look and see here Bob Koch, Tree Service and Landscaping, a very old company from a long time ago. And if you flip to the next page, you'll see the windows again open on the second story of the barn, again too far to open it from the bottom of the barn. And this is a paddock. Evidently, Mrs. Grasso used the property as a pony farm. And if you look very faint at the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see a picture that says June 1986. So that's when some of the pictures were dated. So we suspect that that's when these structures were all, when the second floor was probably put into the barn, and when the cottage, the garage was converted into a cottage. So we submit to the board that there's no indicia of living space in the cottage anymore. As I said, there's no plumbing in it. The kitchen that was in it when he purchased the property has been removed. There's no bathroom. And the same goes for the barn, which the building inspector and I went in. It's just one big open room on the second floor. And again, no kitchen, no bathroom, no plumbing, and no indication that it's being used as living space. Mr. Russell's ex-wife had used that second floor in the barn as a painting a studio. And I also submitted some assessor cards. You'll see there, I know at the bottom of the card says 1979. I was told that people wrote on the cards after 1979, so a lot of the improvements. It does reference the assessment cards that the barn floor was put in, again, before Mr. Russell purchased it, and that the building, there's a notation that the garage was now a cottage, and it had a question mark as to years, like I think in 1980s. And we submit to the board that my client is willing to covenant that the accessory building will not be used as living space and no kitchen would be installed. So we submit to the board that the factors militating in our favor, again, are the evidence that we submitted that these improvements were done before my client even purchased the property, and that the second floor of the barn, there's no living space there, no indication of living space, again, no plumbing, no kitchen, and that the assessor cards do demonstrate that this was all done prior to his ownership. We also submit that the board is cognizant that this is a very large lot, and I'm surprised over the years it was never subdivided. It's an RB80 and it's 8.5 acres, and it's capable of subdivision, but the property owners, including my client, have never had the desire to do that. And if you have any questions for my client or I, we'd be happy to take them.
No, but I wish him luck as far as the infrastructure bill goes through in Washington, because that road getting up to his house, got a couple potholes along the way there.
Yes, it's got some lumps and bumps.
Okay, so,
Anyone else?
I think we need to look at this a little bit more. I mean, it's,
Don't have anything. You've taken all the things that were questionable out, like the cottage.
The cottage is,
We got it.
I've used
Go
it.
ahead. Do you want to swear him in?
Attorney, to give the, be under oath.
Yeah, they have to swear you in if you want to speak.
yeah, please,
Oh,
step
wait,
up.
let me just
No,
hear.
no.
I just want to hear his questions first. Let's just hear his questions
Oh, I'm
first.
sorry.
That's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Whitmire, you had some questions.
I would say, listening to you and reading everything that you sent in, all the things that were in question were taken out. So is really no habitable space left, like bathrooms and kitchens or anything like that.
No, sir.
I mean, there's storage areas without bathrooms, and et cetera. Is that
That's correct.
good? Thank you.
No kitchens, no plumbing
Thank you.
on, in either structure.
I don't have any problem.
Okay. Anyone in the audience to be heard on this matter? Who's got the reading?
And if you have any questions for my client,
This is 20,
okay.
Just
20,
wish you good luck.
Leave him sit.
Okay.
Dawn,
Sorry.
you have anything?
it's 030, right, Carissa?
I'm sorry.
2021-030,
Wade Russell,
Yeah.
2379.
79?
The
That's
address,
the address.
No, the appeal number.
yes, Appeal 030.
Okay. Mr. Chairman, I move that the appeal of Wade Russell, 2379 North Wading River Road, Wading River, SCTM number 600-36-3-2, RB 880 zoning for variance and/or relief from Chapter 301, Section 28C, where existing habitable space in a detached structure deemed not to be customarily accessory use for use to the principal single-family use, which is not permitted, be approved in accordance with the applications and sketches with amendments thereto, if any, as filed by the building inspector.
So moved and seconded?
Mr. Gazzola?
Aye.
Mr. Whitmire?
Aye.
And I vote aye. So, Counselor, your appeal has been granted, and you know the process.
Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Best of luck. And get that roadway fixed. All right, kiddo.
Is anybody here for Thomas Zapata applicant? Brad, do you have the affidavit and such?
Which one do you want, the
Yes.
the one with transaction, right?
Yes, hold on.
I'm going to state, Chairman, I don't think we should be here. It's not permitted in use.
Oh, the picture?
I don't get my hearing aids, so that's-
The building department
They
thinks they
scanned
can
it, sent it to you.
take it from you.
I think the original.
They can't. It's not a varied dimension. It's a use variance.
What do I write?
Put on the record about the jurisdictional issue, and I'll send you the application afterwards, okay? So we agree? Okay.
Okay.
Ready? Appeal 2021-034, Thomas Zapata, 128 Calverton Court, Wading River. Tax map number 600-115-110.39, RB 80 zoning for variances and or relief from Chapter 301, Section 3B, where 2 kitchens in a single-family dwelling which is not permitted.
If you kindly raise your right hand, do you swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
State your name and your address.
Name is Brett Marisha. My address is 157 Halleck Street, Riverhead, New York.
You have the floor.
This is for Mr. Zapata and his family. As you see, we have the
Hold on one
permit.
second.
Time.
Mr. Chairman, after reviewing all of this information we got on Mr. Zapata's request for variances, I don't think we are the board that should be hearing this because we do not have the power to authorize, say, two kitchens in a single home. We deal only in dimensional kind of marriages and
Right.
things like that. So I think you should be going to the town board or whatever, but we are not the guys that do this.
Bottom line, we can't give the approval for this, otherwise we'll have 400 applications.
I'm just following what, what Andreas told me to do.
I understand the situation,
Yeah.
but it's
So who do we go to? I mean, the regular
Town
town
board.
board?
town board.
They ask for that permission from them?
Yeah.
They'd have to change the law.
They'd have to change the zoning on it.
Why don't we just withdraw it for now? And you can always reapply.
Or adjourn.
With you.
Yes,
So you want me to go to the town board first and then?
absolutely.
Okay, because we asked Bob Kezikovich about it. He said to come get it also.
You-
I know. I went to Andreas, and Andreas talked to Bob about it, and we went back and forth, and spoke to each other. He says, go to the zoning board. I'm like, really? The zoning board? It's for a kitchen. It's not for any zoning?
It's not, it's two kitchens.
Two-family home.
It just like opens up the door for everyone else. And I understand the situation, and certainly our hearts go out to you people, folks. But it just opens up the door, and it would just,
If the town board wanted to change the zoning, they could do that, but this board doesn't do legislation, they just do the dimensional variances.
Right. All right, well, we'll go to the town board. Let's see what we can do.
that's our best advice
So
to
we
you,
can
you
do
know.
it.
We
All right.
wish we could help you out, and we certainly, the hearts go out to you folks. I mean, we all wish we could take our parents in and take good care of them, but
Yeah. Also, the permit's for a wet bar only, but she wants to put more of a kitchen because she has, she had the problems, stuff like that, and she wants to move from Brooklyn to here and stay with the family. I mean, that family owns a couple of houses on the block already. It's a big Italian family. They all hang out together. So I'm gonna have to go back to Bob, or
being a Brooklyn guy, I certainly would love to go get them, but
That's two of us.
that's two of us,
yes.
but,
All right, I'll go back to Andreas and we'll go a different route.
okay.
All right,
Should
thanks.
we adjourn this?
Yeah, Dean
Council?
withdrawn, I think.
You want to adjourn it?
You ought to withdraw.
Yeah, Dean withdrawn.
I mean, I guess let's adjourn it until.
Let's adjourn until we hear.
Until you confer with Bob, I'll speak to Bob and just
Okay.
make sure we agree.
Okay,
And
okay.
then,
What's the next meeting?
Pull it back to next meeting and you guys can.
August
decide
12th.
Okay.
August 12th.
12th. Okay, whoever has it, let's adjourn
I
this
have it.
August 12th.
Mr. Chairman, I respectfully move that we adjourn appeal number 2021-034 to August 20th, 12th, 2021.
Second.
Second.
All right, Mr. Gazillo,
Aye.
Mr. Whitmire,
Aye.
and I vote aye. You can certainly speak after you.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
what I wanted, because I want to address all three calls.
Step up. I mean, the meeting's basically closed, but we'll listen to you.
Okay, I understand that, because actually what you.
Just have to speak into the microphone, though.
Okay, actually, hello?
And your
Actually,
name?
what you did is you upheld the, the rulings of this town where
Hold
it
on,
says
hold
that.
on, 1 second. Do you swear to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
State your name and your address.
My name is Carl Bergamini, and that's my wife Mary Ann over there, and I live at 118 Calverton Court. I live right next door to Tommy Zabata,
Fine.
okay? He wants to put a second kitchen in, and according to Chapter 301, Section 3D, it says the addition of a second kitchen is not permitted, period. What that means is, in my mind, okay, and I'm not a lawyer or anything, but that opens up that house to be a two-family house and not a one-family house. And everybody on that block is a one-family house. So
Isn't that what we just said?
that's exactly what you just said. So I'm just reinforcing
There's an echo
what you
with you.
said.
Okay.
And I
So we're
really-
passing it on to the next level.
When
Thank you
pass-
for your,
When you pass it on to the next level, will I be included in anything that's, approved
Absolutely.
or not approved?
Absolutely.
Okay,
They were going to ask the town board to amend the zoning,
okay.
and it'd be a public hearing.
There will be a public hearing?
And it was in particular to that parcel, which would be very unusual, you would get notified of the parcel.
Okay,
But if they wanted to change the law for that zoning use district, which is, what zoning use district is it called?
Boys.
RE 80.
So if they wanted to change the entire RB 80 to allow two families throughout, there would be a public hearing and anyone could come and talk about it.
No, it was in,
would they notify me in particular?
That would be a big kind of item in the paper.
Okay.
You would miss that.
Okay, no, just roughly in what paper though?
Well, it's always in the news review. So
In the
public
news review.
That's the official paper in town.
Okay,
So if they're gonna change the zoning to the regular district, that would be something that would be in the paper. You would get immediate information. So it would be a big thing.
okay, yeah, that's,
If they do anything they want, then you would also get notified.
okay, that's just what I wanted to
Oh,
hear.
this one, take care of.
Because I didn't
Okay.
want,
I'm going to adjourn if nobody's here.
a zoning law to be changed without me, especially being the next door neighbor to this whole
Oh,
thing.
total, yeah.
Everything's publicly noticed. That's
Okay.
how you end up here, right? 'Cause you're gonna-
Yes, I got the letter. That's what I'm saying, I hope I get the next letter
That's
too.
yes.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Sure.
One last thing is what we can do is, what Andreas made an opinion to is if we take the one side and then we break it down to 680 square feet, we go for the accessory apartment, you can have the second kitchen. So it's
Well, that's up to
two
them.
ways to do it.
That's-
So,
That's a separate application.
yeah, but that's a separate application with the town, with the building department. Yeah, nothing to do with the zone.
Correct.
So that's how we'll have to run with it then. We'll have a second, that's how we'll do it.
Best of luck.
Good luck.
Thank you everyone for showing up tonight.
Have a safe night.
You're welcome. Do I hear a motion to accept the minutes of the last
You
meeting?
gotta adjourn, Tony.
Total.
Okay, we can do that.
Okay,
All right,
Chair.
appeal number 2021-029, Larry Tuthill. Do we hear a motion to move this to the next meeting?
I respectfully move that we adjourn 022-029 to August 12th.
Second.
Mr. Gazillo?
Second.
Mr. Whitmire?
Aye.
I vote aye. Do I hear a motion to accept the minutes from the last meeting?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.
Larry, can you kill that light?